All right, what's up, students? Now, check out this man trying to balance the bricks on top of his head. That's awesome, right? And guess what? When he places something on the right, he places something on the left as well. Okay? So, because he wants to maintain the balance, he cannot just pile everything on one side and eventually it falls on one side. So, we need to balance things. Guess what? Kids. Now, the equal sign is a guarantee that the left side will be equal to the right side. And if you maintain that principle, you can solve for any missing value of x. And that's what we're going to do today, two steps equations. All right, but before doing two steps, let's review the one step. These are previous lessons from the lower grades, right? Okay, let's start by reading this. The goal is to isolate the x on one side. If it's on the left side, it should be alone, all right? Solve for the x by doing the opposite operation. Say that again, opposite operation. Opposite of add, subtract. Opposite of subtract, add. Opposite of multiply, divide. Opposite of divide, multiply. You know that. And remember, just like the balance scale, what you do on the left, you have to do on the right side to maintain the balance. Okay, let's do this one. This is just a quick review. I want x to be alone on the left side of the equation, right? So I need to get rid of u plus 14, so I take away the opposite. So that's minus 14 for you, minus 14 for you. That cancels out. Guess what? X is alone on the left side. On the right side of the equal sign, it's going to be 6. So the value of x is 6. See that? Okay, look at those lines. I'm putting a red line so that I distinguish the right and the left. Okay, I want to get rid of you minus 14. The opposite of minus 14 is, say it, correct, plus 14 on the left, add to the left, yo, add to the right, yo. That's even my song for you. But you have to show it, then you can cancel it. All right? So finally, x is alone on the left, and on the right side, 20 plus 14 is 34. Bring down your equal sign. There you go. X is equal to 34. All right. Now, this is a multiplication symbol beside the X. I need to get rid of u times 5. The opposite of times is to? Yes, say it. Divide. Divide to the left, yo. Divide to the right, yo. I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. Okay? So x is finally alone. 20 divided by 5 is a quattro. Okay? See that? I put a line to show the equal sign is in the same spot. All right, what else? I need to get rid of u time divided by 5. Opposite of divided by 5 is times 5 to the left, yo. Do times 5 to the right, yo. I showed it, I showed it. Then I can cancel it. Because 5 divided by 5 is 1. It's not a 0, it's a 1. So what remains is 1x, or simply x, is equal to 20 times 5 is 100. Okay? That line will show that the equal sign is maintained, and therefore these are our values for x. Okay? One step, you do the opposite. Are you ready for two step? Here we go. Okay, now we move on two-step equations. Okay, it is also based on one-step equation. Check this out. Our goal is always to isolate x. X is a loner. He wants to be alone. Get rid of you. All the operations beside me, get away. And he wants to stay on one side of the equation, either the left or the right. And how did we do that? The opposite operation. Okay? And then what else? Balance principle. What you do on the left, you do on the right to maintain the balance. Okay, but take note of the following now. You will check out for distributive property. Remember, if you see a number outside the parenthesis, remember what we do before? We distribute that. We multiply 3 by x and 3 by 3. Check out for that. Number 2. Okay, you will undo the addition and subtraction first. Okay, undo. I get rid of plus and minus first. Then, the last thing to undo will be the multiply and dividing. Multiply and dividing towards the end. Remember, before we studied PEMDAS, where we do the multiply divide first and the add subtract last? No. Now, when we do equations, it's the opposite. You undo the plus minus first, and then the multiply divide will be the last. Remember that. Okay, so these are two-step with whole numbers. Oh, easy whole numbers. Okay, so why is this called two-step? Because why? I see the addition and I see a multiplication there. Multiplication and addition, what should I undo first, remember? Undo the addition first. Okay? So undo the minus 5 to the left, yo. Subtract to the right, yo. I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. Now bring down your 8b. Okay? That equal sign should be maintained. I put a line over there. The left should be equal to the right. 29 minus 5 is 24. Copy the equal sign. I need to get rid of you times 8. What is the opposite of times 8? Divide to the left, yo. Divide to the right, yo. I showed it. I showed it. Psst. Finally, B is alone. B is alone. 24 over 8 is 3. Okay, so B is equal to 3. Let's check. How do I check? Checking is simply substituting or evaluating. Copy your original equation. 8b plus 5 equals 29. Write a question mark. You want to know if the left side will be equal to the right side. 8 times 3, because we said b is equal to 3. Add the 5. Is it equal to 29? The left side will be 24 plus 5. Question mark. Will it be equal to the right side 29? The left side is a 29, the right side is a 29. Then you are sure, put a check, that your answer is correct. Okay, make it a habit to do checking. It guarantees a correct solution. Let's try the second one. So I see a division, that line, that fraction is division, and a minus. Okay, what should I undo first? The minus or the division? Undo the subtraction first. Okay, opposite of subtraction is add to the right, yo. Add to the left, yo. Okay, I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. Okay, so I could get rid of that. Remember, x is a loner. X wants to be alone. Bring down the left side, x over 4. I put this equal sign line over there to distinguish the left and the right. 20 plus 3 is a 23. Okay. Copy the equal sign. All right. X is almost alone. X is saying, yo, divided by 4. I don't need you divided by 4. I need to get rid of you divided by 4. What is the opposite of divided by 4? Yes, times. Times to the left, yo. Times 4. Times to the right, yo. I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. All right, because multiplying by 4 and dividing by 4 is just like multiplying by 1. So 1x is simply what? X alone. Finally, yes, X said I'm alone. All right. So 23 times 4 is 12. Carry 1, 92. Okay, 92. Okay, so let's try this now. Check. What do I write? The original equation, x over 4 minus 3 equals 20, question mark. Okay, 92 divided by 4 minus 3, is it equal to 20? All right. 92 divided by 4 is 23. Minus 3, question mark, is it equal to 20? The left side is 20, the right side is 20. It is a balance, meaning you maintained it. So, guaranteed, our answers are correct because we did the checking. Okay, so that's two-step with whole numbers. Okay, now let's do again two-step but with decimals. Don't be scared. It follows the same process. Now, check this out. The x, which is now an n, it could be any letter of the alphabet, is on the right side. Well, it doesn't have to be on the left side all the time. You can maintain it on the right side. So eventually, N wants to be alone on the right side. What should I get rid of? The plus or the times? Okay, what do I undo first? Undo the plus or the times. The plus, I need to get rid of you 4.5. What do you do on the right? You do on the left. Minus 4.5. You can put a 0 if you want. Okay, that cancels out. I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. What remains is what? 2.1 n on the right side. On the left side, it's going to be 11.85 minus 4.5 or 4.50 is 7.35. 7.35. Okay, any question? All right, no question. I need to get rid of you times 2.1. That's a times, guys. Opposite of times is what? Yes, divide. Divide by the same number. Divide to the right, yo. What you do on the left, you do on the right. Divide to the left, yo. Okay? I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. Even if you can do it mentally, you have to write it. So on the right side, n is finally alone. So let's divide 7.35 divided by 2.1. You will get 3.5. 3.5 n. Okay, let's do check. 11.85 equals 2.1 n plus 4.5. Since I already know n, I will write 3.5 times 2.1, and then I add my 4.5. I want to know if that left side is equal to the right side. Put a question mark. You're not yet sure. So 11.85, is it equal to, if I multiply 3.5 times 2.1, I will get 7.35. 7.35. Add the 4.5. Question mark because you're not sure if the right side is equal to the left side. The left side is 11.85. So add 7.35 plus 4.5. You will get 11.85. All right. So it's telling you it's a true statement. The left side is equal to the right side. Therefore, I am very sure that my answer is correct.
Okay, so again, now we're gonna work with fractions. Don't be scared with fractions because you can get rid of it. For example, at the end you have a 1/4. What will you multiply to 1/4 to get a 1 whole? All right. So how many quarters in one whole in a dollar? Oh, there are four. Yes, I could write 4 as 4 over 1, right? Does it make sense? Yes, because it cancels out. The 1 on top and the 1 below, the 4 on top and the 4 below, that becomes 1 over 1 or simply 1. So how about if I have 3/4? What do I multiply to 3/4 so that the result will be 1? Okay, I'll give you a clue. Look at what we did a while ago. The 1 goes down, the 4 goes on top. Oh, and then the result will be 1. So for 3/4, multiply it by 4/3. What happens? The top number goes down, the bottom number goes up. That becomes 12 over 12, which is equal to 1. Or that cancels out. That cancels out. It equals to 1. Remember that. To get rid of that fraction, you multiply it by its we studied this before, reciprocal. See this one, reciprocal. So remember that concept when we move now to two-step equation. Okay, so let's look at this. I need to get rid of that minus 5. So add 5 to the left, add 5 to the right. Yo, I showed it, I showed it. Then I can cancel it. 3/5 goes down, 3/5 x, the equal sign goes down, 5 plus 1/4 is 5 and 1/4. Okay, so how do I get rid of 3/5? That's it. How do I get rid of 3/5 so that x will be alone? Remember reciprocal, multiply the left by 5/3 and I'll multiply the right by 5/3. Okay, that's the reciprocal of this. Why? So that you could cancel the 5, cancel the 3, cancel the 3. On the left side of the equation, x is now alone. So 5 and 1/4 times 5 thirds. 5 and 1/4 is actually 21 over 4. Multiply it by 5 thirds. Okay, x is equal to, you can simplify your 21 and 3, divide by 3, 1, divide by 3, 7. All right, so the top would be 35 over 4. So x is equal to, how many 4s can you get in 35? You can get 8, because 8 times 4 is 32, with an extra of 3, and copy the denominator, 4. So x is equal to 8 and 3/4.
All right, for this problem, actually there are two ways to solve this, but let's try the distributive property first, okay? So look at this, a number outside the parentheses, we've learned this before. Let's do the distributive property. So your 14.12 is equal to half of 3.6. 3.6 divided by 2 is 1.8. So let's write down 1.8x. Half of 12.8 is 6.4. Okay, we're good. So you did your distributive property. Now you could do your two-step. Okay, what should I get rid of first? The minus or the times? The minus first. Add to the right, yo. Add to the left, yo. I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. All right, so that becomes 2, 5, 10. So 120.52 is equal to 1.8x. But x wants to be alone. X is on the right side of the equation. Take note this equation, the left side and the right side. Okay. I need to get rid of times 1.8. Opposite of times is divided by 1.8. Divided by 1.8. So let's see now. X is equal to, that cancels out, 20.52 divided by 1.8 is 11.4. 11.4. So X is 11.4. I will skip the checking because I know it's right. All right, so determining a partial cost, this is a word problem. So we need to make an equation first before solving the problem. Cynthia is visiting a state fair. The cost of admittance is $17.50. That's the first thing you need to pay. But that already includes what? $5.20 concert ticket paid for, and the cost of three passes. Three passes, one for the rides, one for the animal show, and one for the games. Okay, three free shows. Each of the passes cost the same, so the amount is the same, no problem. What is the price of one pass? Okay, so let's answer the following questions. What do we want to solve for? We want to solve for the price of one pass. Remember, each of those passes will cost the same. The show, the games, and the rides. Okay. Clue. The cost is 17.50 for what? For for one ticket. So my bad. That is one ticket. Entrance ticket for you. All right, and the three passes. So again, so that 750 is equal to, that's what you paid for already. One entrance ticket is what? $5.20. But do you know how much is one pass? No, I don't know. But if I write X alone, X is just for one pass. How many passes do I have? Three. So where do I put three? Three over here. Okay, so guys, we already have an equation here. Okay, so simply solve for x. How can x be alone? X is on the right side of the equation. Right side of the equation. Okay, I need to get rid of the times and the plus. What should I get rid of first? The plus. So opposite of 5.20 is minus 5.20 on the right, minus 5.20 on the left. Okay, that cancels out. Okay, write it down. Equals 3x is now alone on the right side. 1750 minus 520 is 30 cents and $12. Okay. How do I get rid of the times 3? Opposite of times 3 is what? Yes, divided by 3 on the right, divided by 3 on the left. Because 12.30 is already the price of the 3 tickets. So divide it by 3 then. So finally, X is equal to 12.3, $12.30 divided by 3 is $4.10. $4.10. That's the price of one ticket. You can check. Check. So, $4.10 times 3 will be $12.30. Okay. And then add your 520. It becomes 1750. Yes, that's what we paid for. Okay, we're good. Now let's read this Ingenuity problem. Kendra brought a gallon of milk and 5/6 of a pound of oranges. If a gallon of milk, we already know the price, is 360 and she spent a total of 435, which equation can be used to determine X, the cost of the pound of oranges? Ooh, let's see this. How do we do this? Okay. So first of all, um, Kendra brought a gallon of milk. Do you know how much a gallon of milk? We don't know. All right. And what else do I know? A gallon of milk costs $3.60. So that we already know the price. 360 was for the milk. And she spent a total milk plus what else was bought? Oranges. Oranges is equal to the total. And what is our total spending? $4.35. Now, any clue about the oranges? Okay, what do I know about the oranges? We only bought 5/6 of a pound, not a whole pound, but 5/6 of a pound. So 5/6 of a pound of orange, not even 1 pound of orange. Almost. But do you know the price of a pound of orange? No, the price of a pound of orange is over here, X. And you multiply it by 5/6. So guess what? We already have an equation. Which one looks like this? Oh, here, exactly as it is. Okay, we got it? Okay, let's read this problem first. Okay. So it says Leo spent the same amount of working time for each of the five weight machines, and spent 2/3 of an hour on a treadmill. So the weight is different from the tread. If you spend a total of 1 3/4 hours at the gym, which shows the correct equation, and then eventually solve for X, the number of hours Leo spent on each of the weight machines. Okay, so again, in the gym, he did weight machines, plus treadmill. Treadmill is the machine where you walk or run, treadmill. And then the total hours spent is what? Total spent hours is 1 3/4 hours. Okay? All right, so let's look at the weight machines. There are 5 different weight machines, so times 5. And how many hours or minutes did he spend on each? We don't know. So that's 5 times X. But on the treadmill, we know exactly he spent 2/3 of an hour. And 1 3/4 is the total hours. Guess what? The lesson is about minutes. So let's change everything to minutes. 5x plus what is 2/3 of 1 hour? Let's change this to minutes. 2/3 is 20, 20, 20 to make 60 minutes, right? So get those 220s, so 40 what? 40 minutes. Because at the end, you want to know the minutes. 1 hour is what? 1 hour is 60. 3/4 of an hour, 3/4 is 15, 15, 15, 15 is 60 minutes. Get 3 of those 15, you'll get 45 minutes. So 60 plus 45 minutes, these are now minutes, is 105 minutes. Let's write it down. 105 minutes. Guess what? This is a two-step equation now. I can solve. Subtract 40 on the left, yo. Subtract 40 on the right, yo. I showed it. I showed it. Then I can cancel it. 5x goes down. Equal sign goes down. 105, 105 minus 40 is, let's write it down. 105 minus 40 is 65. 65 minutes. Okay, next step. I need to get rid of u times 5. Divide by 5 on the left, divide by 5 on the right. That cancels out, cancels out. X is equal to 65 divided by 5 is 13 minutes. 13 minutes. And so, there's 13 minutes, and that's our equation. This is the correct answer. Got it? All right. Ivan finished 4/5 of his math homework problems and all 3 problems of his science homework before dinner. If he finished a total of 43 problems before dinner, what is the total number of math homework problems he was assigned? Okay, so let's figure this out. All right, 4/5 of his math homework problems was done. Okay, so that's math. 4/5. Okay, done. And 3 problems in science was done. This is exactly 3 problems. If we finish a total, so meaning it added up to 43 problems. What is the total number of math homework problems he was assigned? So 4/5 is not just, a portion of one homework. 4/5 of the total homework in math. All right? So let's add it up. Okay, so how do I write my equation? 4/5 x plus 3 equals 43. See that? That's already your two-step equation. So now we're able to solve. I need to get rid of u plus 3, subtract 3, subtract 3. Okay, that cancels out. So what happens is 4/5 x is equal to 40. How do I get rid of a fraction? Multiply by the reciprocal. Okay? 5/4. Why do I do that? What you do on the left, you do on the right. Okay, so that cancels out, cancels out, cancels out, cancels out. X is finally alone. Okay, 40 divided by 4 is 10. 10 times 5 is 50. So there are 50 problems in math. And that is the answer. Okay, so next, last problem. Okay, so for this last problem, let's read it first. Maggie bought a pound of bananas, just 1 pound, and 4 boxes of cereal, and the total cost is what? 10.11. If each box of cereal costs $2.40, what was the price of just that 1 pound of banana? Okay, let's analyze it. So let's write it down. Okay, 1 pound of banana. Okay, banana. He also bought 4 boxes of cereals. Cereals. And the total cost of everything is what? $10.11. That's the total there. Okay, that's the total. Now let's analyze. Each of the box costs what? $2.40. And remember, there are 4 boxes. 4 times $2.40. 4 boxes, and 1 box is $2.40. Again, the total is what? 10, 11. what is the price of one banana? 1 pound. So 1 pound is the X. That's what I want to know. So X is equal to, X plus 4 times 240. 240 times 4 is $9.60. $9.60 is equal to $10.11. Okay? Get rid of this one so that X will be alone. Subtract 960 on the left. Subtract 960 on the right. That cancels out. That cancels out. X goes down. Equal sign goes down. 10.11 minus 9.6 is 0.51. 0.51. So 51 cents is the price of one banana. All right. So guys, we studied two-step equations. So never forget, results is equal to action plus motivation. Good luck.